Yeah.
Welcome to the Reject Rundown, peeps. It is time. Happy Friday, 11:30 p.m. I know it's late, but we have late parties. It's all good. Y'all enjoying yourselves? Let's enjoy ourselves. So what's up, man? TDK in the building. Pass it on, man.
That's right. I will definitely go next because it's your boy,
Yes.
Zach,
About time.
the motherfucking Mac. That's right, back in action. I had to step away to stack the money up, guys. Because this ain't no funny money over here, all right? Money pays the bills. Money make the world go round. So that's right. But yes, we've got some exciting news to get into, man. Happy to be hit back here with the boys Friday night. Let's get it in, old man. What you got to say?
Hello, everybody. I'm Old Man RJ, the oldest player in the game. The oldest man to put everything else to shame. Um,
Ooh,
you
yeah.
could tell I'm never lame. Yeah, how you like
That's
that?
right. Old man with the fame.
Right.
Oh, man, with the fame.
All right, let's jump into it, y'all. I got a good show, everybody, a good lineup, peeps. So let's run through so that way you guys can enjoy a nice little one. But first off, we end with a sad note. R.A.P. to Mr. Chuck fucking Norris.
Yo,
all
R.I.P.
right,
man.
you know what I mean? Like great actor, martial artist, one of our iconic 90s, 80s, really, to be honest, action heroes, and well respected in the action world, well respected amongst his peers. And it was sad. I mean, at 86, if I'm not mistaken, when he passed.
Man, damn. I'm not sure the age, but yeah, I
Yeah,
did read that.
he was in his 80s. It was in his 80s, man. It's really rough, and it's really, it's really sad that occurred, but he lived a good life. He fought against the one and only Bruce fucking Lee. Had great competition, which is even phenomenal for someone to live that long and say I fought with the best of the world at that time and live to tell another day, even crazier. So I think, sad. I was always a fan of the Texas Ranger, which is oddly enough, I never understood like what it was. And then I was watching it and then I'm like, it's actually a really good show. It's country. And he fought.
Texas Ranger.
Good stuff. It is what it is. I liked it, man. But hopefully things go well. Sad the family has to go through this, but rest in peace. Hope for prayers for you guys for sure.
Rest in peace.
Now, on that other note, don't get into sports real quick. NBA, man, it's expanding. It looks like in 2028. It seems that they're going to be closing in on adding two new teams. One, Seattle Sonics could be coming back, or Supersonics. My apologies. Or Las Vegas, something. Obviously Las Vegas needs a basketball team. Obviously,
the Las Vegas Gamblers. That's what they should be called.
Pretty much. So they're adding their two teams. It seems like they're definitely doing that, but it also seems like they're trying to shorten the lifespan, shorten the games at least. So instead of 82 game season, it looks like they're going to shorten the season a little bit, supposedly to make it competitive, which I doubt because it doesn't make any sense. How does shorten the season make it more competitive? And then at that too, adding two new teams is fine. You kind of spread the superstars a little bit, so that way we're not bulked up to like 4 or 5 super teams like LeBron made freaking NBA, and all of a sudden now you can spread them around. Okay,
no, see if you.
I'm throwing shots.
Hey, LeBron will still make a super team out of it.
Yeah, sure. Of course he will. Of course he will. Yeah. The NBA will say, "Here, go for it." Yeah,
of course they would.
Say, sure. Go LeBron. Go make a super team. It's fine. Yeah,
Supersonic Seattle team.
It's not bad. I mean, it's happening in 2028, 29 season. It looks like it's going to officially start there, which isn't too bad. I'm not mad at it. Obviously, we've been aching for Seattle to come back and finally get their, basketball team, of course. And at that too, adding Las Vegas, obviously, it's a no-brainer. I think it's about time to evolve with the time, adding teams at this point. It's okay. But the whole thing with 82 games, I'm not too sure if that really is, something they should look into per se. But, let's hope to see what they actually end up with the actual rules of it. It's ongoing.
I think it'll be smarter to shorten the season. Definitely.
Yeah. Not bad. Let's see what's going on with that. Ongoing news. So, let's highlight highlight it and have a good discussion about it when it comes about for sure. But the other thing that happened in the NBA world, which actually on the other side, WNBA and the WNBPA agreement, it looks like they made a mutual agreement. It looks like they are raising the salary cap, guys. They are going above and beyond and adding more money to the product, adding more money to the salary for the players. And at this point, it doesn't seem like that's a bad thing because that's what, our ladies have been fighting for. And
equality,
you know,
equal rights, equal heights.
It's not bad. It's not a bad idea. It's always been something that, yes, we should. But again, there's other things that involve with the product when it comes to WNBA. Clark has been phenomenal the last couple of years of showing out and had a great season and stuff. But I think I'm in agreement to what Shaquille O'Neal stated and shorten the rim a little bit so that way these players can actually dunk. And at that too, if I'm not mistaken, shorten the 3-point line possibly. You know what I mean? Just a tad bit. But which would be nice. It's better for the team players. It's better for them to do so. So why not? It's a good thing that this bargaining agreement kind of came to be. They've been talking about this for the last freaking 4 or 5 years, if I'm not mistaken, probably more, but this was bound to happen, to be honest. So congratulations, WNBA. You're finally moving on up. You're finally getting, more money back into your product. Now all this means is go out there and show out. You know what I mean? Don't give us a shitty product. Go out there and shine, please. Because if you keep continuing with some of the shitty plays that we've been noticing a little bit and these awkward ass rebounds, no one's gonna buy tickets. We need some highlights. We need some shine, man. We need some dunks. We need something. We putting money into it. Show us why.
I love when the females get under the rim and then it looks like a dunk and then it's a layup. But I'm just like, oh, that's so close.
Yes.
Boy,
Come on, man. Seriously, honestly, it's crazy.
I think
all right.
With them having dunks now, with them being allowed to dunk, they might actually get more eyes on the viewership.
Definitely. I totally agree with that. Now, we also got this going on here. This is a developing story because it seems like they're only adding on more. And to be honest, one of the greats is going to be one of the upcoming greats. Seems like he's going to be adding on to it, which was Stevenson. He's one of the phenomenon MMA fighters that are, is hitting the freaking octagon all of a sudden and really shining out over there. John Bones Jones has trained him, and it seems like he could be adding on to the actual card of this. But this Netflix card is shaping out to be a solid MMA card, and it's shaping out to be something that I really want to pay attention to and actually watch when it finally comes on. Especially when they just added this whole news of Diaz versus Perry as a third fight, and it's like that. Look, Diaz ain't no scrub. Perry ain't no scrub. To have these two sit there and be matched up and go at it with each other, come on. That is actually freaking fire. That's a fire-ass match. You know what I mean?
Good. I know Diaz has been itching to get back too, so.
Yes. They're not going for takedowns. They're not doing any of that wrestling stuff. They're going to be standing up, duking it out left and right. How many times have we seen a war from Diaz? And at that too, war from Perry, especially him going to bare knuckle.
Yeah.
Often. So come on. That's going to be a great fight. Then you got Francis Ngannou over here. It's like that dude's going to knock him out. I'll be very shocked even if he gets knocked out. Oh, well, that's a freaking highlight. I'm fine with it. Now, the main event is a big question mark. It is what it is. Yeah, I'm waiting to see how that one goes. That is very undecisive how that actually is going to be shaping out, to be honest. But at this point, the rest of the card that's happening over there on Netflix seems to be a solid card to pay attention to. And when it comes to comparing it to UFC card, it's not going to be better. It's not better, but it is shaping out to be something that can compete against. And I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Now, finally, we get to the point at a crossover here, guys. Spider-Man brand new day trailer came out this past week. We had some time to think. To understand what occurred with this trailer. to figure out what it is that we wanted to talk about and discuss about this freaking trailer. Because at this point right now, I am fucking excited. I'm excited. I don't want to know anymore.
Excited.
Please don't show me anymore. I don't care. I'm not trying to figure out the plot of the fucking movie right now. I'm excited to see that Spider-Man is going against multiple different type of villains, and I'm excited to see that Scorpion down there looks fucking dope as hell. He looks freaking badass.
He looks ready.
And for him to go against the Hand, that just tells me we're going to see, crossover Daredevil. Obviously, we're seeing Punisher in the film. We'll talk about that in a little bit in a minute. But it's like, it's about freaking time they're able to use Spider-Man and just introduce other players to the game. And I like this. I like where I'm at with this. This was an exciting trailer, and it just discusses, your guys' thoughts on it. What? Come on, excited or not?
Go for it, old man.
Okay, old man here. No, not at all. This movie looks like it's gonna suck. All right, go ahead, Dr. Mac.
Oh no, for real? Are you not excited for it, old man?
That's a great hot take.
Actually, I'm excited because it has a lot of. I do like about this. It reminds me of Spider-Man Season 2, the animated series, where if you think of it, it seems like Spider-Man's coming out of a cocoon. So it looks like we might get that Man Spider storyline. The only thing I'm not happy about is that in that Man Spider storyline, the cartoon version, it took Craven the Hunter to bring him down.
Correct.
And we might not have Craven the Hunter. So that's the only thing I'm not like, unless he's in the movie, like a surprise villain that we don't know of. That's the only thing I'm not big on is, that's what I'm saying. Like, you never know, but it'd be interesting if they try to make it look like the Punisher could take him down by himself when the Punisher was getting his mollywopped all over the cartoon. So it took Punisher and Craven to bring him in.
True.
That'd be really interesting.
You touched on pretty well when it came to the trailer, especially with the mutation. We're noticing, obviously, with the red eyes, we're noticing with the webbing, it seems things are changing with him. He's evolving, it looks like, and it's not actually that not uncool to watch in the movie theater. Like, I'm excited for him to go through this because not only is he going to be dealing with these villains, bro's dealing with his freaking, let's be honest, his hormones. He was maturing.
His his real life spider mutation.
Exactly.
So definitely yes. So my take on the trailer though, obviously, is yes, this is a different version of Spider-Man that most of us are used to seeing, a darker version, if you will.
Correct.
Which, if you're a Marvel fan like myself, though, there's going to be some dark parts of the mutations with mutants, and I think that they're trying to open up the mutant platform.
Saying that Spider-Man's obviously going to, now this is allegedly on my end, but I've heard that he's going to lose, not lose, but he'll move away from making his own webs to natural webs.
Yep.
So all that process of him being a mutant is they're going to be accepting him as a mutant while introducing the X-Men version of mutants, you know what I'm saying, being more relevant and stuff like that. So I think that's why they're doing so many different opponents for Spider-Man, because if you guys look at the track list of Spider-Man, I feel like he's got one of the most villains out there as a superhero.
Second most. When it comes to Marvel, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
They've always argued Spider-Man villains versus Batman villains. So it's like, who has the best resume when it comes to a villain list? And to be honest, they're pretty much match to match. Spider-Man has freaking cool ass villains. So you're right about that.
So therefore you're talking DC with Batman. So so Marvel is any other person that has more villains, it'd be obviously Spider-Man, I feel like. So why not introduce this as a brand new version of him? And he's still gonna have his old past, creeping and haunting, but it's gonna be so interesting to see where he goes after this though, because this is
definitely,
I feel like it's an awesome ass version of Spider-Man that is needed. And especially for the time, you know what I'm saying? Like superheroes are just, the Avengers are dismantled, and obviously he's the face of New York, but he's also going to deal with other heroes. And to see Punisher as one of the people that he's going to obviously work with, that's going to be dope. It's going to show a raunchier side of him, and it's needed. He's still going to be talking shit, and they're still gonna call him a kid, and it's cool because this is a Spider-Man that is not just a kid no more. He's a grown man dealing with superhero tendencies. So I'm super excited. I'm loving it, dude. It looks great. I can't wait to see the villain in the fight scenes, and he's gonna be fighting ninjas, dude. What the fuck?
I love what you touched point when it came to how dark it looks. Now, this is where I'm going to be wondering how fans are going to be really talking about this film, because if you look at the colorism, okay, I'm going to put that word out there, colorism of the movie itself, based on what we've seen in the trailers here, it looks very dark. It looks darkish compared to what we've seen of his other films. So I don't want to hear no bitching and complaining from the audience. Tell them about, I don't like it. It's too freaking dark. You don't understand. Why is it going to be so gloomy? Hey, they took a lot of their ideas to the Sony Spider-Man #1. Amazing Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. That type of, the way he jumps off the building and flying around and all this kind of stuff with his webbing and everything like that. They're taking a lot of what happened with Amazing Spider-Man, with Andrew Garfield's, and utilizing it with this Spider-Man. So I don't want to hear no crap. Better give Andrew Garfield his freaking flowers. And at that too, don't be sitting here talking shit of why it looks so glimmy, because it's gonna look dope. It looks good. It's truly fitting with the story they're trying to tell. When you touched on the mutation, right now, what we've seen in the comics, what we've seen in the cartoons, people have a problem with mutants. People's always they've always had an issue with the mutation storyline, and they've always treated it very poorly, like, in a sense, a little bit of racism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've always had that feeling of it pertaining to the storyline and how it's being told to us. So with that being said,
he's different. It's not his fault.
They're involving that a lot, and this right now is going to be just another start or another pebble into the mutation storyline for the future forward, because they've already started off with Wonder Man, doing this whole, trying to figure out who has superpowers and who's going to do what, or whatever case to be, to figure out, we may need them to sign up their contracts so that way we know if you do have powers, what kind of powers you have, type of deal, which again is always what happened in Civil War. You didn't like the fact that they had to show out who they are, what type of powers they got. They didn't like it. So this is just another stepping stone, and it's another added addition to that mutation storyline. So with Spider-Man all of a sudden now having these mutant powers, it's only going to open the goddamn door for him to have a discussion with X-Men, and then him finally trying to figure out what the hell is going on with him. Which, remember, in this story right here, this is exactly when we got the introduction with X-Men and the crossover in the cartoon series, the epic crossover. So
yes,
it's gonna be exciting, man. This right here had Blade. You had Blade in this. You had freaking what's called Oman said. You had Craven. You had a Morbius. Like, you had a lot of these crossovers during this span of storytelling in the cartoons. So right now, this is the 4th film from him, but he's gonna keep coming back for more. He's not stopping this. And at this point, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. I love it. I love it. Dude. Anything to add on?
No, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see that he's actually reaching out to Bruce Banner too. So that's really cool.
Yeah,
it's a lot of cameos.
Spider Friends. Speaking of that, Spider Friends. We got the first look of what Punisher's gonna look like. We got our first look at what possibly could be Sadie, and we still don't know yet what her power is, who she really is portraying as. But at this point, she's gonna be a friend. I do not see that she's gonna be a foe. She's gonna be a friend.
I don't know. Snakes in the grass, you never know.
Right. And then Bruce Banner. Obviously, he doesn't know who Spider-Man is, who what's it called? Peter Parker is, because obviously the spell went through. Everyone forgot his name and stuff like that. So now we're gonna get introduced by that. Will Peter Parker actually finally let Bruce Banner know who he is, for Bruce Banner to figure out, you know what, there was a spell that was untold. I do remember you. And could we get a Hulk up in here?
Oh, of course. We have to, man. We have to.
Because again, in the scene against the ninjas, and one of the scenes he had was fighting against the ninjas. He was flying across, and there was a ninjas flying across on the way, just like what happened in when he had the Garfield and freaking Tom McGuire, Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire.
My bad. My bad. I was gonna say MacGyver.
Tony the Butcher. But yeah, we also still have allegedly saying that both Spider-Mans are going to make an appearance in here again too. So that'd be awesome. Hell yeah.
So it's dude, this film.
That'd be funny. Awesome. That smoke thing that people are talking about, like that one thing you pointed out. That'd be funny if everyone's thinking it's the Hulk or it's Daredevil, and it turns out to be both Spider-Mans back for more. Like, we're back for more, bitches.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Bro, it could be. Like I said before, and I'm gonna keep stating it. This Spider-Man film is going to be the MCU's most successful film this year and next year. It will definitely be that. It's gonna be Doomsday. As far as the most important piece to it, and the one that's going to earn the most will be Spider-Man. Doomsday obviously is going to be important to the storyline to continue moving forward, but this Spider-Man Brand New Day is the most important film that they have, and it's going to be telling a lot. And it's going to be, I'm going to like this one. I'm going to like it because I'm finally get to see a non-goofy ass teenager kid from Tom Holland. I'm going to see him be serious, be mature, and grow the hell up, and all of a sudden create some fucking action. That's what.
And as far as it being dark, you know what I'm saying? That's just real life, guys. You guys gotta understand, man. This guy's got bills to pay. All right, that's dark enough.
He lost his. Exactly. He lost his friends. He lost the love of his life. Nobody remembers his name. Don't nobody know who really he is. He ain't got nobody to go to. What's it called? Freaking Tony Stark passed away. He got no best friend. Like, he can't go to the Avengers and remember anybody or have them remember him. He can't do none of that.
I'd be sad too.
Yes, and he lost Aunt May. The boy still struggling from when he lost Aunt May the last movie. So you really think he's gonna be happy-go-lucky kind of guy like he was last in the first two? No. You guys are stupid if you think he's gonna do that.
He doesn't even like the neighborhood anymore. Nah.
No, man. He wants to move. He wants to get up out of there. What the hell? Right. Started saving you guys. What the peaches? Like, it's crazy.
I love it. I'm super excited.
Yes. So that's what I mean. It's about time. It's about goddamn time for this to be told in this manner. And it's also about goddamn time that we actually get a solid Spider-Man story like this in the MCU. But to move forward, giving the respect that I know they're giving Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, because they took a lot from his story and the way they filmed that movie and utilized for this movie. They did. And I don't want to hear nothing else about it, man. I'm tired of these people over here dogging my Andrew Garfield, man. He was the best Spider-Man. The best one.
One of them, you know.
But whatever. He definitely beat out Toby's. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't know, man. This guy, Andrew Garfield, couldn't even save his Mary Jane, so I don't know. We'll get back at that later.
Again, that wasn't Mary Jane, though. Why you gotta be like that? That wasn't his Mary. That was Gwen.
See, he couldn't even get a Mary Jane. See, why would he be the best? He couldn't get a Mary Jane.
He'll get a Mary Jane. He'll get a Mary Jane. They just didn't want to bring her in. You know what I'm saying? They were like, nah, never mind. Fucked up. So, I mean, that's gonna be dope, and I think we're ready for it. There's a lot of other Easter eggs that's kind of involved in there, like the gentleman that voiced Gargoyles, Mr. I got his name. I don't think he'll get into this.
Oh yeah, he's a villain though too. That was his voiceover, right? I forget.
Yeah,
the name
Keith
of
David. Yes, the actor Keith David from obviously who voiced over Goliath and Gargoyles. I remember him. As soon as I heard that name, I was like, I know who the hell that is. And I'm like, it is allegedly been said. We'll talk about it later. I know I'll get a chance to do it now, but it is allegedly being said that he will be playing the Lizard. So
sick. I do have a quick question for Old Man too, though. Going into the banter that we saw in there. Old Man, you listening?
Probably. I know.
Well, right? I mean, you can still tune in this because Punisher is one of your favorite guys. I know in the Marvel universe. How did you feel about the banter you saw between them? It didn't seem like they were necessarily friends, but it kind of seemed like he was, not necessarily helping Spider-Man. He was just doing his own thing. So
it seems
I think
like
he ran into him.
Okay. How did you feel about the banter? Do you feel like they'll be closer, obviously, towards the end of it, or is it going to be one of those relationships of like, hey, you're in my way, I'm in your way type of thing?
No, like if you were to what I told to you and Tony King at the beginning of when we were talking about the movie, it seems like he's already aware of who Spider-Man is. So
Okay.
I feel like Punisher and him they get along, but Punisher's never been like a buddy pal type of thing. You get in his way, he's gonna fight you. But he's also gonna help you because he knows at the end we all gotta team up or whatever's going on.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree with you on
I
that part.
believe that yeah. So I believe at the end, whoever the main villain is, because I don't think it's just gonna be Scorpion. I think it's someone else out there we're not aware of yet. Now whoever this is, you're gonna need the Hulk to be out there, unless they're fighting the Hulk. You know, you're gonna have to need a Spider-Man. You're gonna need Sadie Saint's character. I feel like one way or another, I think Sentinels are gonna appear in this movie.
Oh damn!
Ooh,
Oh damn! That's a hot take.
that'd be nice.
That's a
That'd
hot
be
take from
nice.
the old man. I think
I like it.
I think you're right about this
Yeah.
whole villain thing. Like there is a bigger bad villain. I feel like these villains, particularly like for it to be this many villains in there, it's not a Sinister Six type of style. These villains seem to be hired men, front men type of deal. Like they were hired to cause a little ruckus. So who the hell is doing the hiring? Who's the one sitting there setting him out there like that? It could be someone involved in the hand because we all know Wilson Fisk works with them. He's always had ties with them when we saw in the Daredevil Netflix series, which is now canon. And at this point, is he still mayor of New York at this point? Which I think he still is. So
Very
that
good
being
point.
said, he could be adding a lot of these villains and sitting there saying, we need someone to counteract these guys, especially Spider-Man. So that's what has a really good point when it comes to that. Like there is a bigger bad guy. There is no way that there is not a bigger bad guy. So that does make sense. That does make a lot of sense. And again, you're right about the
And
whole
don't
thing.
forget,
Yeah, go ahead.
okay, real quick. Don't forget that there's rumors that Spider-Man's supposed to appear in the Daredevil series to help Daredevil out at the end.
Correct the
Against
rundown.
Wilson Fisk.
Very true.
Yep. But yeah, and to touch back with that when it came to Punisher. So you're right about the fact that they know of each other. They've definitely crossed paths with each other throughout, this time period. So obviously Punisher and Spider-Man know each other. And just like Punisher and Daredevil, they don't agree on their ideology when it comes to fighting people, but they are going to find a way to coexist and, overall, fight evil in a sense.
A common ground, if you will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it also did seem like in the trailer that Punisher was like, you're losing a kid, which tells me that Spider-Man's showing signs already, and Punisher notices this because he ain't dumb. So he's probably letting him know, like, bro, there's something wrong with you. You better figure this out. Or if you don't, I'm going to put you down. Which then again, it shows just like I did in the cartoons. Like, if you don't get out of my way, I'm taking you down with them. If you're not my friend, you're my enemy type of deal.
Yeah, I like it. Ooh, I'm there for it.
So I'm just saying, man, that could be the big thing. That could be the big, transformation in the film, which is okay. But I'm also, and that's another thing. This whole thing with freaking MJ and all stuff, I don't give a damn. I don't care. I don't care what's happening with him with MJ. Man, forget that, man. Forget her. She don't know who you is. Move on, man. Get your own girl, man.
That is so mad.
Get a new girl, man. Forget it. This is, if any man, this is a hot take here. If any man had a chance to move on from relationship that obviously, you got a chance to move on and do something different, this is your time, Spider-Man. Move the hell on. She don't know you. She don't remember nothing.
She don't know you. Who are you?
Because she don't remember all the stuff where you messed up. She don't remember all the bad things about you. She may still have the necklace that you gave her, but she don't know you, man. Move the hell on. Find yourself the black cat. That was your hot chick.
You are so horrible.
You can go get yourself a nice little thotty right there, man. Go get her.
Done.
Go get your girl. Like, it don't make no sense why you gotta stick with MJ. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, come on. Black Cat seems a little bit more flexible, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I definitely know what you're saying. She's bitten to that leather. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly, man. She was doing her thug thizzle. So go and get that one right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Go get that one. Make no
In
sense.
time.
don't focus too much on this MJ story. That's one thing about MCU right now. I don't care. Don't stop focusing on this story. Don't nobody care about it. Just move on from it. Let's figure out what the hell's what's going on with the other people. That's all that matters.
I love it. That's great.
So yeah, that's all we got for that, man. Anything else for the trailer? Like, I know when does it come out? Actually, now that we're talking about this, when
July, I thought. No,
I think so. You might be right about that. Spider-Man, brand new day. When is this release date? Yeah, July 31st this year. So it's only we got 4 months, man. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yeah.
April, May, June, July. Yeah, 4 months and 10 days right now at this point. Do you guys want to see another trailer that expands a little bit to what's going on?
I don't want to, but I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure they will give us another one.
I hope that.
You know, I'll put in a word though. I'll let them know you guys want to see.
If they do, at least I hope they keep Sadie Fink's character quiet. You know that nobody knows who she is yet.
Agreed.
Okay. Yeah,
I agree with that. I think they'll definitely release it. Let's be honest. So if when it releases on the 31st, we're definitely gonna figure out who the hell her character is officially that Thursday evening, midnight, or whatever case it be, Thursday day. Like we're gonna know who that character is. So be aware of that at this point. And at this point, I'm fine with that. I'm fine waiting until then. I don't want to know right now. To me, question mark. Let me simmer this, because guess what I'm gonna want to do? I want to go see this movie in fucking theaters. You tell me too much about this, man. I'll just wait until it comes on fucking DVDs and stuff. Which, by the way, guys, if you guys did not know, this is a definitely a good plan that Disney's doing with this film. They're going to keep Spider-Man Brand New Day in theaters for the full length of 60 days. The full length of 60 days that movies should be doing, because back then movies were in theaters 60 to 90 days depending on their success. 60 days was definitely like, if it's a solid movie, solid earnings, they're keeping it there. Those that are like, let's say like a Titanic type of deal, it stayed for 90 days, the full 90 days until it got moved out of theaters. And then all of a sudden now they're doing the whole DVD, consumption and whatnot. So Disney did say they are keeping this in theaters for the full 60 days. They will not, and after that, then they'll discuss anything pertaining to streaming services. But that's it. They're leaving it in the theaters for that. Because generally right now, currently, before it gets to streaming, movies like successful, some semi-successful movies are staying in theaters no more than 30 days. They're averaging 30 days.
Interesting.
And a good one can stay until 60, but generally averaging between 30 to 60. So if they're doing this gives me the old school vibes of theaters where people have to go out and buy a ticket to watch it, which is good.
Damn right. Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
You're going to have to wait a while. And I don't want to wait a while. I want to see this movie that weekend, man. I want to go see it. If not that Tuesday, the following, find out Tuesday. I'm going to go see it there.
I agree. In depth.
Yes, indeed.
Sir. So
that's what's up. So, yeah, that's what we got. I think anything to add on to the trailer you guys peaked?
No,
something that we missed, do you guys think?
I think I'm good on it. I think we covered the basis of what I wanted to get at, and of course we'll see more to come, I guess. But I'm excited for Spider-Man. He needs a new day.
Yes, it is a new day. It is definitely a new day. New day in Spider-Man. I like that. What did I say was? Oh man, I said it was like given a new day or something like that last episode, something like that.
Like you said, and it was yesterday too, so it's weird that I forget what you said yesterday.
I forgot, man. I was drinking, man.
That was a month ago, 25th.
Oh yeah. All right, on to the promos, everybody. Real quick of the show. Dynasty Barbershop, scan the QR code and get a fresh new look, everybody. Today, if you can. Book your appointment today.
That's right.
Brothers over there, Dynasty Barbershop, do a great job. You guys tune in over there. On to the next one. We got, hold on. Another one. Windy City Savage, everybody. Tune in to watch SG3 and Windy City Savage himself as they
my phone's about to die, guys. Love you guys.
All right. Peace. As as they talk about all the drama in the wrestling world and enjoy themselves over there, people. So tune in to Windy City Savage. You can find their podcast, their episodes on YouTube as well, and Facebook. And roll it up, everybody. With here on Roll Up Podcast. If you enjoy chilling and smoking, sit back and relax and smoke up responsibly, people. Smoke up responsibly. Okay, sit back and chill with Zach the Mac himself on Roll It Up Podcast. Great episode, great seasons. More episodes coming soon, hopefully. Zach the Mac. But tune in on there. We got Spotify as well as YouTube peeps. And WrestleTube, people. Old Man RJ loves to share his old man tales. But most importantly, he enjoys talking about anything entertaining. Right, old man?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we do here in WrestleTube.
Yeah,
we speak the stuff and we give out stories about the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great. Great.
Very interesting. It's the idea of WrestleTube is always just find what's out there, give it a little bit of attitude, give it the WrestleTube feel when you talk about news, entertainment, and just shit that's going around the world.
That's right. There you go. Old man himself. And as well, fellow friends over at Tom's Productions. If you think it, he can ink it. And all your premium decorated needs. Oh, had it right. Just like that. I had to listen to one of the episodes, make sure I got it right. But also, too, he does his own show. Let me tell you something, brother. Another wrestling show on Facebook and as well as YouTube, live every second and fourth Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Time, people. So tune in over there for show. But let's keep it moving, Peace, because rejects of the week. Go and get it. They got to get it. Oh, man. They got to get it, man. Carrie Richens. If you don't know who she is, people, she going to get reject of the week this week. But the reason why is because this Utah woman was accused of fatally poisoning her husband with fentanyl, people, after she published a children's book giving it following her husband's death. Like, it sucks. It sucks. It's a sucky situation for her husband to be in this situation, but she gets rejects of the week, everybody. You can't sit here and do a good. She did. She was found guilty. Everybody. Yep. Found guilty for murdering her husband. It's sad. It is sad, and especially for, I do believe they have children, and it's sad for them because now, they got to grow up without a father, and they got to grow up with a mother because the mother's going to be in jail for quite some time. So it is a sad situation, but you can't sit here. It just goes to show that, yeah, people are going to sit here and do, good deeds, make up good quality content like that. And you never know what the hell is happening beneath the sheets, in a sense, behind closed doors. You don't know. And it sucks. It really does suck. And it's sad for a situation like this where, people probably looked up to her, people who was reading the book, and all of a sudden now it's like, we can't do it no more. Like, we got to throw it away. You can't support that at all whatsoever. It sucks, man. It's sad. It really is sad. But
crazy thing that, the book that she wrote about was how to understand how to grieve, how to grieve a loss. So here she is writing a book about death and, getting through life with death,
Right.
And here she is killing her husband. I'm like, man, that's the saddest way to try to get motivation to write a book, to get inspiration. Like, no, like, you kill them. So my ideal is she probably kill them because that way she keeps the money from the book sales.
Right. Could be. Don't know the full story about it, but if you guys want to know, look, Google her name, obviously, Corey Richards, and understand the story of what the whole thing is, because it was just it's sad news, man. It's just sad. But she's not alone in the reject of the week, people, because earlier this week, man, she gained herself a tag team partner from Taylor Frankie Paul, people. ABC canceled this Bachelorette. Generally, her entire season is canceled just 3 freaking days before season premiere, peeps. She is going viral, and at this point, it doesn't. It sucks for her future. It really does. She deserves this little reject of the week for sure, because not only is the video looking bad, the investigation. Police are now investigating all this conduct, reinvestigating this whole process, which it also could affect her custody status of their child. It's really sad. And in the video, man, when I watched it, I'm like, okay, she's arguing back and forth. It's just a domestic violence situation. It's obviously they didn't agree with each other. And at that too, we got to know the full content of the video. But for her to be throwing those stool chairs, oh man, and then at that too, one of those stool chairs end up hitting their child, young boy, I believe it's a 2-3-year-old. It's and then him getting injured in the process, going to the emergency room, like, bro, like, and you heard it, and yet you still didn't care. You still kept going. So yes, it doesn't look good. It's totally bad situation. And at this point, you deserve the repercussions that come after this. And I agree with ABC for canceling The Bachelorette for this whole thing. This is the right thing to do. Oh, man, this is exactly what DC and Warner Brothers should have done when they found out about Ezra Miller in The Flash. This is exactly what they should have done. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter the fact that you're going to lose millions on a project. It's your moral compass. For us to respect you as a product. This is that. That's at stake. So for them to do that,
in charge
fucking
of
awesome.
DC. So remember who's in charge of DC during that time of the DC movies? Or Walter Hamada, I believe.
Yep.
And that man didn't care about superhero movies. So I feel like he allowed the Flash to happen because he was just trying to sabotage the movie industry, the superhero movie industry.
Yep.
And it's dumb because I'm looking at this guy like, first of all, one day we gotta make him reject of the week or reject of the year. We gotta save him for the end of the year.
Honorable reject of the week.
Yeah. And then save him for the year. Like, no, we're bashing him more.
Yep.
Him and David Ayer.
Yep.
This guy did that whole thing about, like he had DC comics. He could have, you want to make money, you had to use a formula Marvel did.
Right.
And this guy decided to do his own formula and mess it all up. And we'll talk about him later. Let's go back to this girl.
Yeah.
You know the weird thing about Bachelorette? I'm not sure if she was still dating going through. This happened in 2023, I believe. So does that mean that she was a bachelorette by the time this show aired? Or are we finally realizing that these type of shows are just, well-written shows based on actors?
Uh-huh.
And she's not a real bachelorette. She's just a girl who's been given, hey, this is your role, this is your script.
Right.
You're gonna end up with a dude with a crude attitude at the end, and that'll be your guy, and y'all break up and be bachelorette again next year.
Yeah, you could be right about that. And the crazy thing is that some of the other bachelorettes from previous episodes or previous shows have basically said the same thing, that this could be the end of the Bachelorette entirely. This could be the end of it. Now, I don't know if that would be a fixer-upper to the situation at hand, but by them canceling the show, that is actually the only thing that mattered, and it's the right thing to do for what's about to come, because I don't believe there's going to be a lot more coming out of this for sure. And like you said, the whole dating aspect of things, that's going to come out, like, to figure out what actually happened during that time frame, and in context, it's gonna expand. It's only gonna get worse from here for her, and I'm very shocked when I saw that they canceled it. I was shocked at first. I'm like, damn, like, did she really need to get it canceled the whole season? But I'm like, you know what? It made me think. I'm like, they did the right thing. They did the right fucking thing. This is exactly what DC and Warner Bros. Should have done. Whatever happened to Ezra Miller, they should have canceled it, because ain't nobody gonna sit there and watch it. Nobody was going to watch it. So right here was the right move. And let's be honest, let's lose a freaking season. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's finally go into this and figure out the right person. That's another thing too. The person who's casting this, that's also, in my mind, their job at risk, because whoever didn't do their homework and dig deeper into this is going to fail. That just tells me these people are going to have a full length background check, and it's only going to affect and be a ripple effect for these other shows that do such like this, like Love is Blind, these new episodes about these couples therapies and stuff like that on there on Netflix or whatnot, and these other shows like that, The Bachelor, of course, and even American Idol. Like some of these people, some of these shows like that, this is more than likely going to be affecting their process and how they cast. So there's a good to that part, because now they can finally thoroughly pick the right people, be responsible, hold things accountable for it to be, and then move forward for sure in the positive note.
Well, the other thing I got to talk and bring up to you right now is, one, this girl needs some type of therapy, some type of anger management.
Yes.
The girl was tossing a stool. She was tossing a stool at old dude.
Yep.
She wasn't. Here's where you realize it wasn't no more of, I just want to hit you because I'm angry. It's, I want to hurt you.
Yes. Yep.
And that's the sad part, dude. It's she could have done a lot worse, and now not only would she be getting canceled, she'd probably end up getting time in jail.
Agreed, and hence why they're investigating more. I don't know if there was a ruling on it already, and they just moved on with the case, but I feel like they're gonna reopen the case and reinvestigate this whole process, and feel like the punishment didn't fit the crime, and now all of a sudden they're gonna go back to the drawing board, and they're gonna fix this whole punishment process as well too. So that being said, bro, you just really opened up the shitstorm on your ass. You really did. And I'm over here like, that's on her. You can't behave that way. You can't. In the relationship that you are not agreeing with, there's other ways to go about this. I don't know the full extent of her story. I don't know the full extent of what occurred, but in the relationship, what's not healthy, this is exactly why communication is always a big key, and for people to stand their ground and make that decision, not just for themselves, but for those who they care about. And that little one and her child should have been in her head. I got to do right in order to keep my child safe. At this point, she wasn't thinking of that. She was not thinking of her child being safe. She was not thinking of herself being safe. You're right about in the fact of watching that part. You can tell she was in it to hurt someone, and she didn't care who got hurt in the process. She was in it to hurt someone.
The worst part is she didn't care at what degree she would hurt someone.
Exactly.
Think of it. She's tossing a stool at this guy. You never know if she's aiming at his head or his body.
Right.
If she just hit his head, who knows how much damage that would have been. She just hit a kid, who knows what. If she would have hit the kid harder, who knows what would have happened to the kid.
Yeah.
That's why people like this, anger management is necessary for people like her right now, because she hit them. She hit her boyfriend. She hit her kid.
Mm-hmm.
She's tossing these stools. It's already telling you, hey, let's put her in a place where she needs to talk to people. She needs to sit down for a minute. She needs to realize what she's doing, because if not, the next person she hit might not end up going straight to the hospital. They might end up being dug a few, holes down the grave.
Yeah, agreed. That's crazy. It is. All right. Well, those were the rejects of the week, everybody. If you guys agree with that, let us know. But if you guys have any comments, let us know, please, too, as well. Chime in there. Now, move on to the next topic at hand. Allegedly been said, people, those a couple of things that are going on in their media world that we don't know for sure is true, but we can discuss it here right now. Allegedly, everybody. All right. Bill Skarsgård is reportedly being considered as the DCU's Joker. Now, old man, you did agree and have been chiming for this and saying that he would be the right cast for this character. I agree with you a little bit, but this could be some good news. It makes sense what's going on right now. Do we really need, we don't even know who the friggin' Batman is yet. Do we want to have the Joker cast first?
Actually, why not? Think of it this way. When they did the Batman movie, there's always been like, let's cast Batman first. What if we get the Joker first, and now we have, hey, this is going to be the villain? What if they keep Batman a secret? Would you imagine how crazy that is? That we will go to watch this movie, and when the movie finally comes out, you see even to keep the trailers of kind of like a hush hush. You know, the trailers like Batman coming out soon with Bill Skarsgård as the Joker. And you go watch the film, you're like, all right, now you see the introduction of Bruce Wayne. You're like, okay, now that's Batman. Wow, cool. Imagine how people will react when they find out who the Batman is.
Yeah.
If they could, Warner Bros. Could keep that in wraps, it would be the craziest thing because it'll be the first time that the mythology of Batman, where nobody knows who he is, he lives within the shadows. It'll be the funniest thing where he's within the shadows to us too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everyone else is cast until we meet him.
True. And that, I mean, that's not a bad way to put it. That is not a bad way to be it for things to be done. I'm not mad at that concept. All right. And I do know, at least between the two actors that are, rumored to be supposedly casting Batman at this point, which was pretty crazy to say the least. I mean, Brandon Sklenar. Oh my God, Sklenar. Brandon.
We'll just call him the guy from 23, whatever it's called, Yellowstone.
Something like that, man. Brandon. All right. Brandon over there.
Yeah.
He for sure has been one of the guys that people really want, including yourself, to be portrayed as Batman. But then all of a sudden we get this new gentleman that goes in there, Paul Anthony Kelly. I can say that name. Paul Anthony Kelly. He's also supposed to be dubbed and visioned as the next Batman because his look, people really like his look as Bruce Wayne. They like his look as Bruce Wayne. And same thing with Brandon. They like his look as Bruce Wayne, but even then they like him under the cape. So who will it be? And for them, let's say match them up next to each other. Either or can do really well. I think with Bill's, he can go across anybody and actually have a decent acting right there, and banter back and forth for sure. So either or is fine with me. And your concept, it's not a bad idea. It really isn't. I'm not mad at it. I think if they decide to go with it, I'm okay with it regardless. I think let's do that on next show for sure, everybody. I think that's something I want to do, like, for tomorrow, because I want to see UFC for sure, everybody. So tune in tomorrow during the day. We're gonna watch some UFC, and we're gonna chime in on here a little bit, be live for a while. But I'm gonna create some slides or create some stuff on agree or disagree, or even let's talk about it between the two. And I think casting actors in it would be nice. And then say, who would you choose? That'd be a good little fun little game we could play. Don't you think, old man?
No, because you suck.
Shut up. You know you like it. You're like, damn, that was a great idea. I should have thought of that. Damn.
I did years ago. We've done this before.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Shut up. Whatever. We're bringing it back. This is fine. We can do it now. So, yeah, let's do that.
It's called recircling to what the old man did. That's right, kid. It's just like music.
That's right.
When we listen to music, we just keep recircling the same song all over again.
Hey, man, it's like fine wine. The longer, the older it gets, the better it tastes. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Yeah,
I agree with you. You know what I mean? Okay. You can do that. But also, too, like we said earlier in the show, if you guys are not tuning in a little bit, Keith David could be casted as Doc Connors, a.k.a. the Lizard. This is allegedly, people. We don't know for sure, but this is allegedly. And the reason why is because obviously we heard Keith David's voice in the film, but I did hear it, and I'm like, you know what makes it more cool, and I know for sure that they're going to put this out there, is the fact that they're going to have Spider-Man watch a YouTube clip about spiders, and he's going to be the, documentary type of voice. Like that's the only way he's going to be involved in this. Like, I don't see how anywhere else it's going to be done.
Actually, what if he's the one that comes up with a cure for Spider-Man?
Could be.
Because if Spider-Man is going to become that mutated spider, I think he probably knows how to demutate him.
Maybe.
and bring
And
him back to normal. So it'll be nice to see him as Dr. Connors, or at least have Connors
involved.
in the story in some capacity. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think, especially in this mutation format, like remember in the cartoons, when it came to the ones that we were used to watch in the past, during this mutation era, he would always go to Doc Connors. He wanted to figure out what is up with him, his type of powers, what does he have, why does he act different, what's going on, at least an assistance. And Doc Connors would always help him and make him understand what's going on with his DNA, basically. And then hence why he would play with it and obviously use the reptile DNA too as well, then hence himself. So it does make sense. And let's say he isn't, let's say we don't see the lizard. It's okay. I'm not only mad at it. I think you get a good Doc Connors, and then the next film or the third film coming in, which would be the sixth, well, then we can see Doc Connors become the lizard. I'm fine with that.
I think that the one thing I do like about the Doc Connors is that it won't be the first time Peter has interacted with Doc Connors, because remember, in the last film, the Doc Connors from Andrew Garfield's film appeared. So what if that's the reason why Tom Holland's Spider-Man thinks, you know what, I need to go talk to Doc Connors of my world and see if he's kind of like the same as the other guy.
Yep.
Because remember, Doc Connors in the other world, he was mutating too.
True.
So probably he might be able to go to this one and be like, hey, I just need to ask you a few questions about this and that, and see what he could come up with. Another thing you can think of is he probably had fought him before.
Maybe. Maybe. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. So, well, that's all I actually have for Leslie being said for sure, and a good show. We do got to come back tomorrow, or actually later today, everybody. So stay tuned, please. We'll be back here live for sure. Going to be talking about watching UFC. It's fight night. They're fighting in London. I think we're going to see a good, nice little card. I'm trying to just enjoy myself. So tune in later this afternoon. It's going to be the main card starts at 3. So I think we'll get started around that time frame. All right.
I was going to bring up a new segment for you called Winner of the Week instead of Reject of the Week. And this time I want to give Afro Man Winner of the
Week. Yeah. Heard about that. One of the legal action over there in the world. He finally got it. He was so excited, singing the national anthem too as well. Freaking hilarious. Great job to Mr. Afro Man for sure, man. That is one of his some of the beat from his song is definitely contrary to what Zach the Man uses for his show, especially when we do the YouTube shorts with his Tatcha Media. Come on, man. That's freaking phenomenal. That song can't be mad at that song, man.
I like the new one he came out with. The diss track that he did on the Cops That Raided His Home. Yeah,
I haven't listened to that one. I'll listen to that one for sure. Yep. Well, that's all I got for everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in for sure. We will see you later. That is another episode here, Reject Rundown. On Fridays every Friday at 11:30, generally so. But stay tuned, man. We got plenty more to come through. And thank you guys again. Share, like, subscribe as always, people. See you later. Have a good night.
Bye.